morning friends, welcome to Sharekhan Pre-Market View. Indian markets yesterday had a fabulous session with Sensex putting on over 300 points gain and Nifty conquering back 8300 levels. This was on the back of strong European markets which put on very strong gain after the Russian currency bounced back against the US dollar. There was a 10% gain with the Russian currency made yesterday. So that brought some positive sentiment in the global markets, which had a rub-off effect on the Indian markets as well. Back in the US market, yesterday Dow had another fabulous session and the US markets closed on record high. Dow put on 155 points gain, whereas Nasdaq had 16 point gain and S&P rose by about 8 points. This was cheering the Christmas party after the Fed continued to say that they would continue to maintain low interest rate, especially for the first quarter in the US markets. If you look at the Asian markets, today Japanese market is closed for trading, whereas Shanghai is trading a bit weak. We have mixed cues coming in, whereas Singapore Nifty is indicating a positive opening. If you look at the flows, yesterday FIS continues to be seller in the cash market. They sold stock in the cash market worth about 335 crore, whereas DIA continued to support the markets with buying of about 389 crores in the cash market. If you look at the index future, FIs were bought to the tune of 106 crore in the index future. Now, given that we have important results which are going to be announced of the state election, both in Jharkhand and in the Jammu and Kashmir, which will begin anytime soon now, and Nifty is indicating a flattish kind of an opening with a positive gap of 10 points. After this opening and ahead of expiry tomorrow, how Nifty is placed and how Nifty can move ahead, let's have a view from Sadhana.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. This is for third day in a row, the Indian benchmark indices continue to witness a center rally. As we have seen that 3 days before, Nifty has made a low of 8,100 and from there it is continued to trade with positive bias. And in yesterday's trade, we have seen that Nifty made a high of around 8345 odd levels. We have seen a rally of approximately 245 points. In yesterday's trade, we have seen that long positions were built up by market players as open interest is increased by 10% from 2 crore 64 lakhs to 2 crore 90 lakhs. Approximately 26.38 lakh shares were added in Nifty futures and Nifty futures price increased by approximately 95 rupees. On the other hand, cost of carry is decreased by 14% from 13% to 11.18%. Also, Nifty futures premium decreased from 14 points to 10 odd levels. On the options front, we have seen that significant rise in PCR. It is increased by 10.75% from 0.93 to 1.03, which is clearly indicating that put option has seen good build-up than call option. In yesterday's trade, we have seen that put option has added around 35 lakh shares in open interest, whereas call option has shedded approximately 39 lakh shares in open interest. India VIX was down by 2.07% from 14.51 to 14.21%. In the options activity, we have seen that 8,300 has seen some reduction in open interest front and that activity was shifted to 8,400 call option. Since morning, we have seen that earlier 8,200 call option was standing with highest number of shares in open interest, then activity was slowly shifting as markets was moving upward direction. And in the put option front, we have seen that 8,200, 8,300 has seen good build-up in open interest front. 8,300 put option has added 100% shares in open interest, which is clearly indicating that it can be a positive sign for the market. There are three securities in bank yield today. One is HDL, second is Renewable Real Estate, third is Unity. Yesterday, FIs were net buys of 889 crore in future and option segment. They were net buys of 106 crore in DEX futures. They were net buys of 872 crore in DEX options. They were net sellers of 63 crore in stock futures. And they were net sellers of 28 crore in stock options. Our 5-day CVEP stands at 8250. Lower range for the market would be same 8250 and higher range would be 8400. Singapore Nifty is currently up by 17 points, which is at 8352. We may see a marginal flattish to positive start in Nifty futures today. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Friends, now just let's have a look at the actionable or trading ideas for the day. First one being Max India. Now government yesterday has indicated with no major business been done, in the current session of Parliament, they have indicated that they may look at ordinance route to bring in key bills relating to insurance and coal. Now, in case that does happen, then it could have a positive rub-off effect on the entire insurance sector, and we feel that Max could be in action. So one can long it with stop loss of 372 for potential upside of 389 and 394. Also friends, Ceylon Exploration has reported surge in the volumes in November. The average daily production has risen from about 13,000 barrels of oil per day to 20,000. This clearly indicates that the oil field development plan which the company had taken earlier is now getting reflected in the production volume, and one can see some action on the positive side in Ceylon. So one can long Ceylon with stop loss of 353 for potential upside of 369 and above that at 373. Also, Tata Motors has opened online bookings for its hatchback Bolt, which is due for the launch next month. Now, this is the second launch in the passenger vehicle segment under the Horizon Next umbrella by Tata Motors, the first being the Zest. This clearly reflects the company's ongoing efforts to actually revamp their passenger vehicle segment, and is extremely positive for the company. One can long Tata Motors on this news for with stop loss of 484 for potential upside of 515 and above that at 523. Now moving on to the news section, GMR Megawide Cebu Airport Corporation, which is a joint venture between GMR Infrastructure and Manila-based Megawide Construction Corporation, they have tied up for the debt for the international airport project which is based in Philippines. Now the company has indicated that the overall funding for the project, that is 70% of the total project cost of 33 billion, has been tied up. Glenmark Pharmaceutical is strengthening its position in the world's largest drug market by launching more generic copies. The company, which owns a strong distribution pipeline, is in the process of filing ANDAs with the US FDA since 2013. So again, good news. Now, Aviation Ministry has indicated, as per media sources, that government is looking to cap the fares of the airline. They could cap both the minimum as well as the maximum airfare that the companies can charge. HDFC Limited had indicated that they have cut deposit rates by up to 15 basis points across the various maturities. Now, Bhushan Steel promoters have been barred from securities market. This is in violation of certain preferential arrangements that the company had made earlier. In another news, Mukund Limited has decided to transfer its special and alloy steel business on a slump sale basis to its subsidiary, which is yet to be formed. The company has alloy steel making capacity of about 370,000 tons per year. The enterprise value of the business is pegged at about close to 1590 crore. The net consideration could be handed over by the subsidiary to the main company in an all-cash deal. Reserve Bank has come down very hard on evasive borrowers. RBI in a recent move has said that the companies should classify certain promoters which are unwilling to pay the loans as non-cooperative, and this category of promoters will not get fresh funds. Now, RBI has prescribed norms for classifying and declassifying a borrower as a non-cooperative borrower and reporting information of such defaults to the Central Repository of Information of Large Credits. Further, if a promoter or a director of a non-cooperative borrower is on the board of another company, then the loans to such companies would become more dearer. Also, in a news yesterday, Azim Premji Trust has picked up nearly 1% stake in HDFC Life for close to 199 crore. With this, the value of the company goes almost at close to 20,000 crores. Now, Gujarat Pipavav Port has entered into an arrangement with NYK Auto Logistics India Private Limited, wherein NYK has been subleased land for developing a dedicated common user integrated RORO yard at Pipavav Port. Now, this RORO yard will have annual designed capacity for handling close to 250,000 vehicles, and this will be ready for operation by Q2 of calendar year 2015. Now, Alstom shareholders have approved sale of energy business to GE. The resolution related to this transaction has been approved by almost 99% of the majority shareholders. Now moving on to the watch list that we've created for the day. The stock that we feel one can trade with positive bias with a stop loss of close to 1.5 to 2%. We have DLF on the long side, Vocard Pharma and Idea, whereas stocks which one can look to short from intraday trading perspective, we have Just Dial, LIC Housing Finance and Tata Steel. That's it friends, we have in today's trading session. Thank you.